What is going on with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate? I'm just trying to understand this. So on July 23rd, we had that backstage segment with the Hurt Syndicate and MJF. MJF, he comes in the locker room and he is mad at the Hurt Syndicate because they didn't have his back, but they helped Edge or Adam Copeland. And then after that, Lashley, he grabs MJF, pushes him into a locker, and then he pretty much was saying that he is tired of MJF and everything being about MJF. So I'm like, what is this? Why are we doing this? Because we have this, or we had the build up with MJF getting into the Hurt Syndicate, and that was like maybe for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and I enjoyed that. And then all of a sudden, MJF is not in the Hurt Syndicate. All right, so we have that, like I said, from July 23rd, that backstage segment. I'm like, okay, this is out of the blue. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? And then from AEW Dynamite from last week, from July 30th, MJF is in the back again, and Shelton Benjamin, this time he comes in the room and he was saying that, he is sick and tired. He's sick and tired of MJF. He was saying, hey, you can take back your cheap watch. I don't need this. And we don't need you in the Hurt Syndicate. And he gave him a thumbs down. And he was like, you're out of the Hurt Syndicate. So I'm like, what was the point of this? I mean, the point is, they don't want MJF in this Hurt Syndicate. But I'm like, why? So I'm hoping, like, just in my, like, part of me wants to hope that this is just a joke, even though it would be, ridiculous that they're trying to pull one over on us, because this does not make any sense. And the whole thing about this, if they are, well, they record, evidently, from Dynamite from last week, that was the whole thing that Shelton Benjamin was saying that MJF is not in Hurt Syndicate. So I don't know why. Why are we speeding things up? This is kind of drastic. Like this is just really sudden. So I don't really understand that. I don't understand the booking, because what they were doing before with MJF wanting to be in the Hurt Syndicate for weeks, and the guys, Bobby Lashley and Shelton, they were giving him a hard time. And then they finally allow MJF to join the group. It just doesn't make any sense now why they would suddenly break them up. So I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm not really liking that, and it doesn't make any sense. And then also with these segments, these backstage segments with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate, the segments have been under 5 minutes. We have not seen anything in the ring or or in front of the audience. So I'm like, that still doesn't make any sense. So if this is what they call, good storytelling, I don't know what to tell you, because it does not make any sense to me. So I can't wait to see what will happen on AEW Dynamite from this week with the Hurt Syndicate. But I have to give that, a thumbs down. And then also a couple other things that happened on AEW Dynamite. The Young Bucks, they defeated the Outrunners. I'm tired of the Young Bucks. All of their matches are the same. And with this match, the Outrunners should have won. The Young Bucks, it's like, go away, go far away. I want you off of TV for at least 7 months. I don't get it. And then other things that I don't get as well, Athena, now that she's on the main roster, we're seeing her more. And I've always been a fan, because she was on Ring of Honor for a long time. But to see her, win that women's casino match, or whatever you want to call it, or battle royal match, and now she's going to be facing Toni Storm. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I can get behind that, because I like Athena. But these last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks, everything, like even with Athena, is just goofy. They're not serious. And then also with Billy Starks, it's just like, can we get something that's more serious? If you're going to be competing for the women's AEW championship, can you be serious? And I know Toni Storm, with her gimmick, she's a nutcase, she's over the top. And I do like Toni Storm, and I get that, she's already silly. So why can't we have the other person be serious? I'm sick and like I'm getting a little tired of the phoniness. And then so we have Billy Starks and Athena. They defeated Tony Storm and Alex Windsor, and because Athena has pretty much the women's Money in the Bank, since she pinned Tony Storm, why couldn't she cash in her Money in the Bank contract? Because she already had her pinned. Why couldn't she say, okay, listen, ref, I want to cash this in? Because I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do they have to announce when they're going to face the champion? I know they're going to be on the upcoming pay-per-view. They're going to have a match, but I don't know. I think now, just seeing Athena for like the last 3 weeks, I kind of don't want to see her anymore. Unless if she changes her presentation without being a goofball. All right, and then also this match right here was for the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. I don't want to see these guys compete ever again. Adam Page, he won the match. Thank goodness. I didn't think he was going to lose the match. But with this match, with AEW, sometimes they will do, devastating moves and the person gets back up. Nothing means anything. We know that this is phony. We know that this is unreal, right? But I want you to make me believe that this is real. Let me pretend that this is real, that this is an actual contest. And to me, a move like the tombstone, a pile driver, pretty much the same thing. That move or those moves mean something. So you have Adam Page. He tombstoned Moxley on the announce table. He tombstoned him in the ring. And Moxley's back up. He's back up within seconds. And then also Moxley, he hit Adam Page with a pile driver, and he was back up within seconds. So nothing means anything. Things have to mean something. Moves have to matter. So that's what I don't get. There's some other things that I just wasn't crazy about, but those are the only things I really cared about from AEW Dynamite from July 30th, like, the things that were horrible. And then the good, I will have to say, Christian Cage, his promo, I thought it was a really good promo, and he was addressing, his issues with Nick Wayne and Nick Wayne and his family, and how he's been contemplating, about his choices in life. And also when he was talking about Adam Copeland, I thought that was really good. The only thing I didn't like when he said, I'm conducting business. He said that 3 times. I'm like, okay, you do it once, okay? You don't have to do it, 2 additional times. But the thing that ruined this segment for me is when Nick Wayne and his crew came out. Nick Wayne has a chair, and Kip Sabian, he has a chair, and they hit the 2 chairs together. They did not touch Christian Cage at all. That was just really phony. And like, if you're gonna do like an angle to take someone out, if you know that this is a really dangerous angle and you don't really want to touch Christian Cage, because we don't really want Christian Cage to get a concussion. I don't want you to really hit him in the head with 2 chairs, but maybe do something else, if you can't really execute this well. And just I went on Twitter, I looked the replay a couple of times. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty bad. But that was one thing I did like, at least Christian Cage's promo. And then the other thing, Mark Briscoe, he defeated Ricochet. So I like the match. They go over the top sometimes, but I like the match. So let's see what's going to happen. But AEW needs to get it together. The booking has to be better. The matches, we don't need matches to be 20 minutes or 30 minutes. We don't need people to kick out of tombstones. Well, at least I can only talk for myself. I can only speak for myself. But it's just like, come on, let's get it together. Let's do better. Take care and have a good one.